That's what it is. But anyway, yeah, man. It says since the beginning of 2019, Brazil's National Institute for Space Research, more bullcrap, known as INPE, has reported 72,843 fires in the country, with more than half of those being seen in the Amazon region. This means more than 1.5 soccer fields of the Amazon rainforest are being destroyed every minute of every day. Woo! An 80% increase of deforestation has occurred so far this year compared to last year, according to the Institute. Now, what's causing this, man? I mean, think about it, dude. I mean, let's really think about it, because yeah, everybody's saying it's because the farmers are burning it down. It may just be, but it's spread to such a widespread thing to where, like, the area that's being burned in the forest, the area that's being burned in the fire, is the size of Texas and a half. Okay, this was more than just man. This is more than just man. A rainforest is typically wet. It is a rainforest. It rains all the time. It's very humid. It has the world's largest river, meaning it has a lot of evaporation, mist, and fog. Okay, it is in fact a wet climate, a moist climate. However, it has the largest fire on Earth right now. I'm not saying humans don't have anything to do with it, but I'm definitely saying the Most High has everything to do with it. The Most High is letting us know that this world that we're living in, that we're enjoying, the society that we're living in and enjoying, is simply about to come to an end. Now let's talk about Alabama. Let's talk about Alabama. Why am I about to talk about Alabama? What does Alabama have to do with anything? Like, why is this boy about to talk about Alabama? That's so dumb, right? It has Alabama also has a lot to do with the chapter of Ezekiel 20, the same chapter that talks about the forest of the south burning. When we go to Ezekiel 20 and 29, it says, Then I said unto them, What is the high place whereunto ye go? And the name thereof is called Bama unto this day. Now, what is a high place? What is a high place? A mound? Maybe we should keep that into consideration, right? A high place built for worship, right? Bama, high place, right? Same as Bama, high place. Same thing we get right there, a mound. So Bama means a high place, meaning a mound. What we call mounds are simply high places. What are why were high places built in Scripture? High places were built to worship God and gods. In the city of David, we had a high place, which was like a mound in the middle of the city. Right? These high places were built for worship. Okay? So the mound builder civilization, they built mounds for worship. Now, of course, Allah, Bama, all of that is Hebrew. What does Allah mean in Hebrew? Allah is just the Phoenician origin, or the Paleo origin of Elah or Elo, meaning God, right? Alabama, high place of God, or God's high place. Understand that. I'm not saying present day Alabama is the same Bama in this scripture, but what I am saying is Alabama is definitely of the same etymology and is definitely of a Hebrew Shemitic origin. Let's look at some mound builders. Let's look where the mound builders lived. This is where the mound builders live. You see a high concentration of mound builders in Mississippi and Alabama, Georgia as well. In fact, in Alabama, I know you see that place called Moundville, right? Moundville, Alabama. Okay. So basically, yeah, man. Basically, yeah, Alabama, high place of God, the worship of God in these high places. Let me show you how the city of David had a high place. When the city of David was built, they made sure they built a millow. Okay, they put a millow in it. Now, what is millow? Mound, right? A high place. All of this was for worship. Our ancestors have been building mounds, people. It's not our people were always a mound building civilization. Who else was mound building civilizations? Assyria was a mound building civilization. Because we have the mound of Nimrud, the mound of Nimrod. Of course, Nineveh was a mound building civilization. That's why Nineveh was so big. I'm going to make a video about Nineveh, and I'm going to expose the true location of Nineveh in another video in a later time. Yeah, but all of these are mound building civilizations. Egypt was a mound building civilization, but of course these mounds we call pyramids. Instead of these things being made out of earth, these things are indeed made out of stone and clay. Okay, so yeah, mound building, pyramid building, all of that is ancient civilizations. Even Israel had these high places, altars, high places, mounds, millow, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, mounds, altars, pyramids, ramparts, zillow, millow, ziggurats, whatever you want to call it. All ancient cultures had high places in order to worship a god. We built high places to worship Yah. It was in the city of David. It was in Jerusalem. There was a pyramid. There was a mound. Right? Alabama means a high place of God. High place of God. Just hold on, I'm coming home. Just hold on, I'm coming home.
All praise to the Most High. So this explains some things. I hope that you learned something, and now you know. Obviously, the beast of the field wasn't just an animal. It was also some type of mankind. Now, obviously, some mankind are not living in the field. However, there are some mankind that are living in the field. And I don't think it's okay that a Gentile hurts another Gentile and says what Trump says. Trump says, oh, too bad. Those guys have had a hard time killing those indigenous Indians. Of course, you know, they are a certain type of, they're not my tribe because they are Gentiles. And the Most High called the Gentiles the beasts of the field. The fire is kindled against them. And yes, they also did build mounds too. You know, they got that from us. Except they sacrificed the devils. And of course, I'm not prejudiced. This is not hate speech. Again, I have to keep saying that because some folks always be in their feelings when they should not be. Due to that fact, you should understand why the fires is happening. He's kindling a fire in the woods And all these Amazons, where they're still at, because all places in the Amazons, we got kicked. Well, we was in the Amazons. We was actually in, we built cities. So we wasn't in the Amazon. We was in gardens. We built cities, and we lived in gardens. The gardens of Eden, just like what's his name, Christopher Colombo had reported when he first saw us here. Um, However, we obviously we're not just live amongst the woods. Um, of course, if you actually research this, you see that they are living amongst the woods. They don't build cities. We build cities. We always have, and he's letting us know that our freedom is near. All praise to the Most High. And again, I don't do hate speech. I'm not prejudiced. Shalom.